Is it me or does that sound like an 80s Christmas, not Christmas, TV show? It's just weird. Hello, lovelies. I am just trying to get things straight. There we go. I hope you're all doing well this morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Time zones. Yay. I am Ginny Noble. I am a paranormal romance writer currently. And we're going to do sprints today. So Spence, of course, showed up like 2 hours ago. Hi, Spence. And there's a Michaela. How are you guys this morning? I woke up like a couple hours before I had to be on stream, so I'm not quite awake yet, but I have had coffee and a cookie. So I guess that counts for breakfast, right? So, what are you guys working on today? I have, well, sort of a whole year's worth of blogs to work on. Got Daya and Heather. Hello. Good morning. Oh, Daya, I wish I was chilling. I did that yesterday. Um, our our electricity and our internet was fluctuating really bad to where we didn't have heat for a while. And I live in South Dakota, so it was a little cold. And so I made cookies yesterday and chilled and ended up going out of the house for a little while to keep warm. So, but we have our world back together today, so which is nice. I have been going through things because some of you know I'm moving in June to Northern California, so we are going through everything and getting rid of what we don't want to keep. And I know I have 6 months to do this, but I'm that person that needs to get it done as soon as possible so that I don't have to worry about it. So that's fun. All right. I suppose we could start. I'm going to do a 20-minute sprint to start out with. Let more people come in if they're going to come in. Let me know what you're working on. Let's see. I got to figure out this. Should we do it that way? Should we do it that way? Let's do it that way. I love these little buttons. You get to press all kinds of new things on here, and it's like a game. All right. I am going to start the 20-minute sprint. Hey, it's a sage. I see you. Love you. All right. In 3, 2, 1, sprint. I was muted. Beep, beep, beep. How did everybody do? I worked on a blog for next month. And I think I am going to work on something else after the next time. There we go. Stop. Stop. We ended up with, let's see, Kibby came in, Heather came in, Jack came in. Hello, hello. Hope you guys are doing good. Well, I know how Kibby is. I talked to her already today. And tell me what you did, because I'm babbling to myself. The outside of my apartment door is really loud today. There's like people back and forth. It's kind of annoying. And weird kind of beeps coming out from out there. So not sure what's going on. So how's the weather where everybody is? We got 2 more inches of snow. I'm going to be so glad this time next year that I am going to be in a warmer climate. No snow unless I want to go up into the mountains. That'll be fun. Research. Boring research? See, I'm that person that any kind of research is fun research. I used to want to be someone who does research for other people just because I find it fascinating. So, brain is sliding off a little. Yeah, I get that. Well, yeah, because it's later in the day for you, hon. You've already had your full day, I'm sure. Mine's just beginning. I got so much stuff to do. So little time. But that's okay. I got this. Got this. I get to FaceTime with one of my grandsons after live stream because he got my gift. So we're going to open his Yule gift today with him FaceTiming. He's so cute. He's my little pagan baby. Making a table, rating the methodical quality of the 41 studies of my... Oh, dear God, Jack. You have fun with that, sweetheart, because... not the fun kind of research for anyone. I'm starting to see that. Michaela's working on more world building. I did a short story for myself for my blog, and now it's turning into a full-blown book idea, and it's a fantasy book. So now I have been looking at books on world building, and I found a couple of workbooks, which is kind of cool. But now I want to expand on that, and I have 3 other books that I'm supposed to be writing to go with the one that I'm publishing in March. Yeah, so I think I'm going to work on that one on weekends and my main book series during the week. That way I can do a little bit of both. So, see, I'm not alone. Heather likes to do research too. I think it's so fun. But then again, I'm that one that will research serial killers and all that other fun stuff because I have a storyline that I want to do with a female serial killer, which would be fun. So, yeah, that's how... My husband swears I'm going to be on a list. I said I'm a writer. All of us are on a list somewhere. We really are. If you're not on a list, you're not writing correctly. And that's my opinion. Not a fact, just my opinion. I don't want anyone freaking out at me. So, all right. So yeah, I'm going to start working on some chapters for book 2 because Beastly is finally done, and I'll be sending that to Sako on the January 3rd to format for me. So excited because March 20th is coming up fast. I'll be doing a live stream that day too because it's my birthday and my book release day. So we'll do a big old party. I like researching for fiction writing. Scientific research is also fun up to a point, but sooner or later there's a lot of data entry and statistics. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I don't remember if I know what you're Your major is, what's your major, Jack? Because, yeah, and I'm really antsy today, so if I move around a lot, I'm sorry. I had 2 cups of coffee for breakfast, so my energy levels are chaotic, to say the least. So, which ought to be good for when I'm done with my live, because then I can clean and un- unpack boxes just to pack boxes. If that makes sense. So, my husband thinks I'm crazy that I'm starting it now, but you know what? I don't want to have to deal with it later. So, alrighty. I think we're going to go for another sprint because I'm ready to get back to work and because I'm babbling still. So, awesome, Heather. Yeah, I don't know why I started streaming in the middle of holidays. I mean, I should have waited until January, but yeah, whatever. You know, it works. It works. Gives me time to get used to this because I'm like socially anxious. So this makes my anxiety kind of help. Clinical psychology, the subject matter is really interesting once you get past all that stuff. Ah, so he can head shrink all of us later on. Yeah, good luck, Jack. Just don't have writers as your clients, right? Because I'm sorry, but if you're a writer or an artist of any kind, there's some level where you're not quite right. But it's okay, because that's what makes. See, that's what everybody's telling me. Do lives because it'll help you with your anxiety. Helps a little bit. I'm agoraphobic too, so walking out my front door is not a friendly thing for me. But I do it now. I'm so proud of myself. It's that whole mental health, get it fixed. Well, get it to where it's stable. I don't say fixed because sometimes you can't, but getting stable is a good thing. So, all right, we are going to bump it up. Where are we going? Nope, let's do that one. Well done. See? Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people don't get it. Going to the store is a big thing if I go by myself. Functioning is good. So, all right, we're going to start another sprint so that we can get those words in 3, 2, 1, sprint. beep, bitty, beep, bitty, beep. All right. How did everyone do? I actually started writing down ideas for my world for the fantasy story just because I talked about it and then my brain went straight there and went, you need to empty this out. Otherwise, you can't work on anything else because it's going to roll around in your head. Anybody else have that problem? Because I have that problem. My brain will stick to a topic and then all of a sudden I have to write it all out, and it's handwriting it out to get it out of my head long enough to be able to do other work. So but yeah, I did that. I did sticky brain. There's a phrase for it. Thank you very much, because I have that problem a lot. My brain likes to grasp onto something and doesn't let it go unless I write it down on paper, because then it's out of my head, which is why I journal a lot. I don't write every day, but I journal almost every day because of the fact that I need to get things out of my head before I can do anything else. So I do, Marissa Mohi always talks about morning pages. So I kind of do that in the morning, just start brain dumping. I do it throughout the day too, I think, because every once in a while I'll grab my journal book and just start writing stuff in it just so that I can get things out of my head. Because it's constant. It doesn't stop. I need meds to sleep just so I can get my brain to shut off. So that's fun. So, how did you do? And I need to reset my timer because if I don't, I'm not going to be ready for the next run sprint. And it's being obnoxious. Gotta love YouTube. Well, we don't, but yeah. So, anyone have any decent plans for the weekend? Mine is staying home. I think I'm going to make some bath salts and shower steamers for Yule gifts. Need to get those made. Oops. Oh, I almost put you on a timeout. Sorry, Jack. I got clicker happy and started clicking things. Got stuff done, just crawling along. Hey, a little bit at a time, right? Baby steps. I used to have a thing that said baby steps lead to grand adventures. I really like that. I want to get that t-shirt or a poster for my wall. But I'm going to wait until we move because I ain't taking more stuff than I have to with me. I'm a bad boy, might be justified. I love you. You're funny. That's great. Yeah, but I don't think I'm qualified to punish you. This isn't that type of stream, honey. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, this weekend. Bath bombs, bath salts, other Christmas gifts to create and put together. I have little emojis that I want to make some shower steamers out of. That'd be funny. Painted a gift tag and made a cup of tomato soup. Oh, that sounds good. I think I might do that. Tomato soup and a grilled cheese sandwich. Haven't had that in a while. Do you put anything in your tomato soup? I put basil in mine. I like fresh basil in my tomato soup. Gives it a little extra taste to it. I'm not sure what I'm doing for dinner tonight. It's just me. Dave is at work until 9, 10 o'clock tonight, so he's not going to be eating. Shower steamers are nice. they're about this big, and you set them in the bottom of your shower when you're taking a shower, and it's more like aromatherapy. So I do like eucalyptus ones for when people have colds, and then I have, I think, lemon lavender. I like the cedar one, and then the sage and citrus are my favorites. And they make your bathroom smell wonderful for days after you use them. So, but I'm doing Christmas stuff, and then all my bath stuff that I create with is going to get packed up until after we hit California because I don't have time. Yeah, basil is really good. I don't have time to make them with everything going on. So basil is amazing. I love basil in tomato soup is really good. I like basil on top of fresh basil on top of hamburgers too. Like a cheeseburger with fresh basil is really good. I never thought of putting it on there until someone did it for me, and I'm like, well, this is weird, but I'm going to try it. And it turned out amazing. So, I do a lot of cooking and experiment with cooking. So, in fact, I think Monday I have to make a cheesecake for my hubby. His birthday's on Tuesday, and we're celebrating Yule on Tuesday too. So, we're going to have, I'm making him a nice steak dinner with a strawberry cheesecake with a compote on top. Oh, freeze-dried basil. I haven't tried freeze-dried basil. Let me know how that goes. I like throwing mine in while you're warming it up too, because it incorporates the flavor through it while it's warming up. And now you've just signed in to, yeah, cheesecake. Ginny's cooking time. Yay. The cheesecake, I am going to take, what do you call it? Strawberries. That's the word. Strawberries. And then I put like a little bit of sugar, but not much. And then I pour some watermelon wine in with it and make a compote out of it. And it's so good on the cheesecake. I can't eat a lot of it. I could take like a couple of bites because there's so much sugar in that stuff. But my husband loves it. So Walmart has freeze-dried basil. I will have to check into that if I ever make it to Walmart. Because I don't go to the Walmart here. It's a scary place. Well, Aberdeen in general is a scary place, which is why we're moving. Aw. Yeah, I don't have a camera good enough and a big enough kitchen to do that. But maybe when I get to where we're going in June, if we have a nice enough kitchen, I might actually do that. It'd be kind of fun. Babble at you guys while I'm cooking something, because I do, I really want to make it now. It's a stuffed pork loin with goat cheese and spinach, and it's so good. Sometimes I throw jalapenos in there just for fun. So does mine. That's why I make it. I don't make it for me because not a big cheesecake fan, but he is. He's massively a cheesecake fan. And he likes when I make him cheesecakes. And since it's his birthday, I'm going to make him one. So, are we ready for another sprint? Because my brain is wrapping around this story. And I got questions that I need to apparently answer. So, I think we should do another sprint. I love goat cheese too. I make a stuffed mushroom with goat cheese in it. It's like goat cheese, cream cheese, and I sometimes throw in a little feta, but they all have like the garlic and herb flavor to them. And then you grind up some jalapenos and throw that in there. It's so good. I always have some in my freezer. So when I want to do stuffed mushrooms or stuffed anything, because I stuff my meatloaf too with goat cheese. I'm a goat cheese fanatic. I love that stuff. I always have some in the freezer already pre-made. So when I do make it, I make double. So it is amazing. Ooh, goat cheese lasagna recipe. Jack, we may need to talk. I am always up for new recipe, especially when it's like flavor. I am not that white chick that thinks, pepper's spicy. I like flavor in my food. I really do. So I use a lot of seasonings, and garlic is my best friend, and so is my food processor. So we've got Spence who likes to bake a lot. I like to cook when it comes to foods. So I will make hams and I will make all kinds of stuff. Mom used to make stuffed mushrooms. I'll have to ask my sister. She remember what was in it. Yeah, do that. Should do a live one day of just exchanging of um, food recipes because always up for that. Obviously, I like food, so it's my downfall in life. We need it to survive, but I have to have it taste good before anything else. I can't do the bland foods and the no flavors. Oh, it's rough. All right. Now that we've established all that, let's do another sprint in 3, 2, 1. Sprint. Bum-ba-dum. Beep-a-deep, beep-a-deep. All right, how did everyone do? We had a Charlie show up. Hello, Charlie. How are you, hon? So happy to see you. Haven't had a chat with you for a while. It's like everybody's so busy. It's holidays. It's Nano was crazy. I never finished Nano. I gave up on it because my brain was like, nope, too much other stuff to do. So I sat here working on characters and world building, which is interesting. So all this stuff is floating around in my head. I have to get it out. Oh, look at that. It's supposed to start snowing again. Ugh. June can't come fast enough. So excited for June. Not sure if I'm going to enjoy the train ride the whole way, but we shall see. Because that's a 2.5, 3-day train ride. So that should be fun. My husband says it's fun, but his idea of fun and my idea of fun, two totally different ideas. So not even close, which is why we get along so well, because we're opposite. But I am glad you're doing pretty good. Yeah, I try to jump in at least for a few minutes into like everybody's, but there's so many people I want to see. And then world or life gets in the way and I have to jump out and go do other stuff. And, you know, for someone who's high social anxiety and agoraphobic a little bit, I sure do a lot. It's weird. But yeah. So what are you working on, Charlie? Or are you just stalking me today? I mean, I'm okay with stalkers. I like you. Stalking is not a bad thing when you like the person. I was also trying to figure out my magic system because I want the concept of magic has a price because I like that concept. So, wrote a short story yesterday as part of my world building project. I have some editing to do today, but I want to keep world building. Right? I'm starting to like this world building thing. You weren't in earlier. I kind of got this idea for a fantasy story, but I haven't written fantasy in a long time, and I really want to do this one right. So I've been doing research on world building, which I probably should go back and look at a bunch of your stuff because I know you have a lot of videos on world building. Hello, Spence. Welcome back from your lurking. So I think I'm going to have to go and look at your past videos, Charlie, and check out your world building stuff because I know you have some great stuff out there. And I'm kind of starting from scratch with this story. I have a couple of fantasy stories that I've written that are like between 30 and 40,000 words right now. And I think I want to go back and look at those too and rework them. But I wrote them without doing any world building. So, yes, myth weaving. That's what it's called. Yes. And I will probably sit and listen to that on the weekends because I'm working on my normal. Ooh, season 1 is a step-by-step guide. Yes. So myth weaving, if anyone else is interested, Charlie has a podcast for world building and season 1's a step-by-step guide. Charlie, you're amazing. So, but during the week, I'm going to work on book 2 to my Guardian series because book 1 comes out in March. And then on weekends, I think I'm going to work on this little fantasy story get my brain off of my main book for a little while to rest because I have to constantly be working on something. I do take days off and don't write, but it's weird. It's like an addiction for me. I want to write constantly. And I don't have to. I know you don't have to write every day. I'm so against that rule, write every day. Because you just can't. There's life things that get in the way. Yes. Charlie is amazing. Actually, I think our whole writer, author, book groups on YouTube in general are amazing. I love, I'm going to do a blog, I think, write a blog out on my favorite YouTubers, and believe me, you guys are on the list. So, ha ha ha. It's like really dry around here today. It's kind of weird. Good time to do bath salts and bath bombs. Woohoo. I feel like my epic fantasy series is an anxiety relief valve. All of my hopes and gears are made real in there. Yeah, see? I may write paranormal romance, but I really like writing fantasy and I like writing thriller. I think at some point I am going to put out a book in everything just because I can. I don't think you should have to stick to one genre if you don't want to. I know there are people who really enjoy just the one genre that they work in, but I like when I write longer stories lately, it's been paranormal romance. But when I write my short stories or flash fiction, they're all over the place, but they're mostly suspense or fantasy or something like that for the shorter stories, which is weird because fantasy is long. Geeks out about stuff that other people happen to care about. You're not alone though, Charlie. Never alone in that, Charlie, because a lot of us writers, I think, geek out over other stuff too. So, and I like that you geek out over it because it saves us from actually doing it. So we just listen to you. Aw, hello, Colin Clark. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. One of these days, you'll have to come jump on here with me. We'll have to work out a time. I would love to do a live with you, sweetheart. So, oh, this is going to be a long day for me. Ugh, too much to do. FaceTime with grandbabies because I've got Sora to do that with today, and I have Miss Lily and Mr. Emmett to do that today. Miss Lily's getting so big. She's 2 months old now. Oh, she's so cute. I am going to miss being able to go see them, but warmer weather calls. So, are we ready for another sprint? I think it would be my last sprint of the day. Woo! So, let's get that scheduled. Yes! I will wait until after the holidays when everybody's not so crazy, but I will get a hold of you. Sorry, I'm choking. Going to edit chapter 1 of Rebirth so I can get it up on Vela. Ooh. I haven't had a chance to get into Vela to check out everybody's stuff. I tell you, I've got so much stuff I'm juggling. Like certain things get put low on the list, but I think I'm going to have to check out Vela because there's a lot of people that I know and appreciate that are putting stuff up on Vela. So I will have to check that out. Maybe I'll put a few things on there. You never know. So, are we ready for another sprint? I just said that. I'm just going to do it because if I can get things straight. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. All right. Final sprint in 3, 2, 1. beep. That was our last sprint. I got some ideas down that got stuck in my head. So that's good. Now I can work on my other stuff for the rest of the day, if I can get to it. Because life. Too much stuff going on. How did you guys do on that last sprint? My apartment's like super warm today. But then again, it's better than yesterday where I didn't have heat for a while, so we're good. I think my husband jacked it up just so that it could be super warm in here. I might have to fix that problem because I don't like it super hot. I'm a fluffy chick. I get hot anyway. So, all right. Da, da, da. Let's see here. I am not going to do another sprint because it's almost time and there's no point in starting a new one and getting into that. So I am going to say, my name is Ginny Noble. For those who don't know, you pretty much know who I am. And I write paranormal romance. You can catch me on here on Fridays, 11 Central. And thinking about doing another day, but I haven't quite figured it out yet. I have a blog. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram and on Facebook and in various other places because I jump in with people every once in a while on their lives. I think Kibby has another live. And let me see here. Hold on. I know Devin has his list, and I'm going to find it for today. What is today? Is the 17th. Let's get this. Oops. Back. Yeah, that didn't work well, did it? No. I think gift tags are fun. Here we go. Share. That's what I'm looking for. This is Devin's list. So there's people after me. I know Kibby has hers at 1:30. I don't know who else is doing theirs today. But YouTube is usually full of them. Thank you for showing up, Heather. I appreciate it. And I can't wait until you start doing stuff again because hopefully I'll have more time to jump into other people's sprints and all that jazz. So I will see you lovelies later. I hope you have a great weekend. And I probably won't. Well, no, I'm doing one next Friday, which is Christmas Eve. So I don't celebrate Christmas. I celebrate Yule. So I will see you next Friday. Also, Charlie is streaming on Twitch at 5 p.m. Eastern. Yay. Thank you for coming, Charlie. All right. Love you, peeps. Talk to you later.